Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I want to give you a quick update tip, I don't know, or not to do, because I've encountered something and I really think others might find it interesting or uh, might want to avoid doing what I did incorrectly. So this is my crystal reds. Um, I've had them for a while. They have babies. Um, They the tank they've been I've had them for about maybe a few months. They just started having babies, so that's a good thing. The parameters is that it's TDS about 120. Um, I think the pH is about, I don't know, with API it's 6.2, but with the Sierra it's 6. So go figure. I think Tetra sees it as 6.2 too, but that's the lowest pH the strips show. But I wanted to talk about this because I I had a ammonia spike and three shrimp die off. You know, they molted and then they died. Um, Meaning like they molded and died right away. Okay, so I checked the pH and it was the same, 6.2 with the API and 6.0 with Sierra. But then I decided to test the ammonia, and ammonia was really high. It was 1 part per million. Um, so Mark Shrimp Tank mentioned about using prime because prime bonds with the ammonia and nitrites and nitrates, so that it's harmless for about 48 hours. So I used that. I put stability in, CChem stability and CChem prime, and I did that for about 3 days, right? But between the day I found the ammonia, on the third day, I I tested for I tested for ammonia again, and it was zero. I mean, literally zero in 2 days. I don't think bacteria works that fast. I don't know, but one thing that Mark Shrimp Tank mentioned was that ammonia is not as toxic when it's in low pH. So I did a little, you know, reading about this, and my I know somebody who is a science professor, and we were talking about this, and basically when ammonia is in low pH, like six and below, it's not toxic. It's ammonium, and that is a less toxic form of ammonia. Your test kits will test it because it's looking for the NH3 and the NH4. NH4, I believe, is ammonium. Ammonia is stronger when the pH is higher. So, and ammonium is lower when the pH is higher. So it's kind of like an um, inverse reaction, inverse uh, reaction or you know connection. Um, but but what happened was my shrimps were dying, right? And I think I did some further reading, and I think Mark Shrimp Tank, he mentioned that when the when the pH is when the pH is low and you have ammonia spikes, your pH dips. And when it dips, that's when your shrimps will die. Or no, molt. I guess that's why they molted and died. Um, I guess I didn't notice that, right? So, it's kind of my bad. I didn't test it right away. I just assumed that, hey, my tank was good, but it wasn't. I mean, right now, they're doing great, right? Because all the parameters are back in it and they're moving around. Before that, how I knew something was off was like they were all just standing still, even the babies. Then the deaths started happening. You know, at first I thought maybe it's time to switch out the the soil, the ADA from the Asian under gravel filter box, but it hasn't even been a year yet. So it should still be good. But what happened was after 3 days of using Prime and Stability, they seem to be more active today. They're more active. They're crawling around, scrounging for food like they always do. But prior to that, they were lethargic and not moving. And I should have, I didn't know then, but I want to let you guys know if your shrimps don't move, right, and they're not eating, they're just standing still, not even picking at the gravel or anything, the surface that they're on, you need to test your parameters. Um, because I think I waited too long. I lost three shrimps, a baby shrimp, and two adults. And yeah, that was really surprising. Always keep CChem Prime and always keep CChem Stability, you know, handy. Um, what I was doing was I was doing water changes and just putting the salt back in, but not. I guess I didn't do anything else, right? Maybe during that time, I was doing you know what it was? Maybe I was a little too aggressive squeezing out the sponge filters because I did both of them at the same time. I got a little bit aggressive with that. I know now to do one at a time. Keep the other one and do the other one next week. So yeah, I'm never going to do that again. I actually did it today. After the water change, I removed one of the sponges to squeeze it out, but I left the other one untouched. So I'll do that one next week. But yeah, keep CChem Prime around because it it can save you in a temporarily in a bind and keep stability around because that's basically dormant the spores of the bacteria that you need. Okay. Right now, what I've decided I'm going to be doing is every time I do a water change, right, I'm going to put a dose of stability in, and hopefully that helps with um, with the ammonia spikes that happen. Because so another thing is when the pH is low, when it goes below 6, from what I've read, um, the nitrification process slows to almost a dead stop, right? And I think that's the reason why everybody says, if you have leftover food, take it out, right? Because shrimps don't produce a huge bioload, but the food rotting will. So um, I also need to watch and be careful on how much food I've been feeding. I have been leaving it in, so thinking the snails would clean it off. But I think what I've been going to do is I'm going to start feeding less depending on the population I have. And this population is small right now. So um, just wanted to let you guys know and give you guys some tips what not to do, like I did. Don't squeeze out both sponges. Use CChem and CChem Prime and CChem Stability whenever you need it. No, it can't hurt. Other than that, I think that's it. I, if you like this kind of video, please hit subscribe, um, hit the like button, and please comment. Okay? I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.